The worst ever cyclone Maharashtra has witnessed over 129 years. Cyclone Nisarga has made landfall in Maharashtra's Alibag. The cyclone has been categorized as a severe cyclonic storm. The cyclone made landfall at around 1 p.m. and the landfall process will take place for at least over the next 2 hours as well. Until then, heavy rains, strong winds will continue. The maximum wind speed of the cyclone is 120 kilometers per hour. Tin roofs of some buildings were seen blown away. Ships were seen drifting away due to strong cyclonic winds. Trees were also uprooted. Reports came in from several parts of Mumbai. There is heavy rains in the northern districts of Maharashtra at the moment. A total of 21 NDRF teams have been deployed across the state. The Indian Navy composite rescue teams were at the spot with boats, divers, medical equipment there deployed across, even choppers on standby at INS Shikhra, Kolaba. Here we're looking at some gusty winds still continuing. At least 4 hours now since cyclone Nisarga made landfall. In fact, Maharashtra has seen the worst cyclone in over 129 years. In Mumbai was supposed to speculated to be one of the worst hit, but thankfully, going by the Met Department's version, we're looking at Mumbai now not in the eye of the storm. Aligarh, Alibag, in fact, that was in the eye of the storm. The situation there too is far bearable. Let's quickly go over to our guest joining us here, Air Vice Marshal G.P. Sharma, the President of the Meteorological Department, SkyMet. Let's quickly go over. Mr. Sharma, if you can take us through, we're looking at least 4 hours of gusty winds. 4 hours ago that the cyclone made landfall. We're looking at 4 hours later, still strong gusty winds. What's in store for the next few hours? Take us through.
Oh yes, you see, it's quite natural to have these types of winds even after the landfall of the storm has been completed. It took about 2.5 hours for the landfall to be completed. Started around 12 o'clock or so, 12:30, went down up to 2:30, 3 o'clock or so. But then rear of the storm, still it is crossing the coast, and that is how the rains are still there. At the time of making a landfall, we know Alibag recorded a wind in excess of 102 kilometers to be precise. Actually, the landfall point was still south of Alibag. It was between possibly Raigad and Alibag, and that is how intensity could have been a little more at those places. Alibag itself, 102 kilometers per hour. So, and the rainfall amounts in those 3 hours, Alibag has about 45 millimeter, Gleshwar had about 50 millimeter. So, rainfall amounts are about 5 centimeter in that area during that time, and it's raining thereafter also. Though gradually, as we go on, the intensity is going to reduce basically for two reasons. One is the storm will be distancing itself from these pockets now, and secondly it will be weakening now. Another couple of hours, I will say the storm will weaken, possibly to a depression also, and especially so because it's moving through an uneven land. It's a Ghats are there, various varying heights, and then once it moves over to the other side of the Ghats, obviously the features they change. So we can expect the sting of the storm, we can say, is over now. Mumbai is relatively safe. Just about 12 millimeter of rainfall has occurred till 2:30 or so, and thereafter there have been showers going on. But then we don't expect the type of rainfall which earlier we thought that it will happen over Mumbai. That will not be there, and neither the winds are going to be very strong. You see, Mumbai has recorded winds to the tune of about 70 kilometers per hour, little excess, I think 72, 73 kilometers per hour. But that is, we should take into account when the storm comes, the winds over Mumbai region, they reverse. Normally the winds there are from the sea, southwesterly winds we can. Since the storm passed well south of Mumbai, the winds there were northeasterly direction, easterly direction. That means it countered those winds first which were from the sea, and that is how on top of that the winds about 70 kilometers they were there. That means actually it was quite strong even in Mumbai also. However, the rainfall activity, thankfully, like you said, it has spared Mumbai. Direct hit was not there, and then the rains will continue for the next about couple of hours, still there, about 6 hours. Whole region is going to rain, but the heavy rains possibly still will confine to this area only. Now the center has shifted now east of Alibag. It is close to, actually between Pune and Alibag, you can say. Okay, so this is the pocket where some heavy showers will be there. They'll be there for the next about couple of hours. I will say about 4-5 hours still we got to watch out. But Mumbai will have a better time, less intense rains, showers going to continue, and then possibly by the end of this day, say about another 6 hours or so, we can expect another 20-25 millimeter of rain in Mumbai. Total should be about 50 millimeter or less with this spell of a cyclone over Mumbai.
Right.
Yes.
It is a breather that Mumbai has been spared. Nonetheless, the surrounding area is still receiving heavy to severe rainfall at this minute as well. Also, Gujarat has been put on high alert, Mr. Sharma. To take us through the cyclone there moving towards Gujarat, will Gujarat be affected at all?
See, the peripherals of Mumbai cyclone, normally they extend up to about 200 kilometers. In which case, in case it was passing through Mumbai, obviously the parts of Gujarat, starting with Vapi, Navsari, Valsad, and even up to Surat, they would have been in the range of this particular storm. Since it shifted by about almost about 90-100 kilometers south of Mumbai, so therefore obviously there is a relief for those parts. Gujarat will not be impacted. Only some light rains can be there over that area. Otherwise, we can take a sigh of relief that Gujarat will be spared from the impact of this storm. Just light rains are possible with some winds about 20-40 kilometers per hour. Otherwise, it's okay, it's safe. Yeah.
Well, let's hope, because we're looking at coronavirus cases on the rise across, even in Gujarat, even in Maharashtra for that matter. At a time like this, rains only prove to be all the more difficult for authorities to contain the spread of the virus. This is a time, infections, it's the time, season for infections, and the rains only contributing to it, making it worse. But nonetheless, as far as the Met Department reports are concerned, the cyclonic storm here, the cyclonic Nisarga will turn into a cyclonic storm into the next few hours until tomorrow, until it gets to a deep depression. So this is going to be almost a whole night cycle. Is that right?
Oh yes. See, system, even when it weakens to depression or deep depression, they remain good enough, powerful enough to cause some widespread rains in that area. So for the next about even 12 hours or so, why 12 hours, even beyond that, clouding is going to persist. The system ongoing weakening will be there for the storm. Couple of hours, we can say, since we say it is crossed as a severe storm, it will be a cyclonic storm, and then followed by a depression itself. Today itself, tonight itself, it should weaken to that. But the rains are going to continue in that area. The only thing which I said, the sting of the storm is over, and we do not expect any extremely heavy rains now. After a couple of hours, 4 hours or so, it could be some intense showers in pockets over these places. That's parts of primarily Maharashtra, samely Madhya Maharashtra and adjoining Marathwada region. Otherwise, generally, it should be a little easy now. The thing should become easy as we proceed further now. The sting of the storm, as I said earlier, that's over now. We are looking only at the betterment of the situation from here on. Yes.
Mr. Sharma, before I let you go, what has really sparked, again, touch upon what sparked this super cyclone which hasn't hit Maharashtra, at least for the last 129 years. This is the worst hit. Take us through what has sparked this super cyclone.
See, this pocket, Konkan region of Maharashtra, it does not see many storms. We have two stormy seasons, that is, one is pre-monsoon, one is post-monsoon. Okay, March, April, May, and right up to June, this is the pre-monsoon season, and then October onward, October, November, December is the post-monsoon season. Last storm this pocket had between Mumbai and Alibag, particularly Alibag, that was in 2009, but that was post-monsoon season. In the month of November it happened. That storm had gone through, there was a cyclonic storm only. It had gone through and through this pocket, close to Alibag, caused a lot of rains. Yes, disturbed by the condition, they were there. But that was post-monsoon season. In the month of June, last 130 years or so, since 1891, no storm has visited this pocket in the month of June. Okay, so that is the exception. But then aberrations are there, like 2011 and 12, we didn't have any storm forming in the pre-monsoon season, whether it was Bay of Bengal or it was Arabian Sea. Zero storm in the entire pre-monsoon season on either side. So these aberrations, they are there, and normally these super cyclones which we have in the Arabian Sea, one was even 2007, that Gonu storm was there, it was a super cyclone. But then most of those super cyclones which have been forming in the Arabian Sea, they head towards Somalia, Oman, Yemen, that coast. We generally see super cyclone threat for the Indian coast.
Right.
That happens on the other side. That is the Bay of Bengal.
Right,
So this is the difference between the two. And last, in any case, we know Amphan was the super cyclone which struck last. Yes.
Just 2 weeks ago, absolutely. The back-to-back cyclones.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.